you thought AI was smart. Think again. Because what Apple just revealed might destroy everything you believed about artificial intelligence. It turns out, these machines might not be thinking at all. They're pretending. Crafting an illusion so convincing, even top engineers were fooled. But Apple? They tore through the facade. And what they found is honestly terrifying. Before we get deep into the madness. Backhand index pointing right, mark your calendar, this Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern. We're premiering a documentary we've been building for months. We track down the most advanced humanoid robots on Earth. Many you've never seen before. Robots flipping crates in China. Sword-wielding androids in Japan. Human-like machines from Russia that are straight out of a sci-fi nightmare. It's raw, cinematic, and a little unnerving. So grab your popcorn, because this isn't just a showcase, it's a glimpse of what's coming. Sunday. 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Be there. Section 1. The shocking experiment setup. Back to Apple. Here's what they did. They wanted to answer one question. Do these large AI models actually think? You know how AI usually works. You give it a question, it gives you an answer. Simple, right? Well, Apple tested a special kind of AI called a large reasoning model. These models don't just give you the answer, they try to show you their step-by-step logic. Like they're solving it piece by piece. Looks impressive. But is it real? Apple built a controlled environment to find out. And here's the genius part, they used puzzles. Classic logic problems every computer science student knows. Tower of Hanoi, checkers, jumping river crossing, blocks, world. These aren't just random games. Each one can scale in difficulty. Add a few disks or blocks, and suddenly the solution takes 1,000 plus steps. Perfect test beds. Why? Because Apple could track every step the AI took. Not just whether it got the right answer, but how it got there. Did it take logical steps? Or was it just faking coherence? They even used custom puzzles the AI had never seen, so there was zero chance it was regurgitating memorized data. This wasn't just another benchmark. This was a trap. And what happened inside that trap was stunning. Section 2, the Great Collapse of Thinking Models. Apple compared two types of AI. Same model, same architecture, one with reasoning steps on, one with reasoning steps off. They tested each puzzle 25 times. Every model had 64,000 tokens to think with, plenty of space to reason. Early results? Pretty standard. For simple puzzles, the non-reasoning models actually performed better. They zipped straight to the answer, no fluff. But as puzzles got moderately difficult, say 7 disks in Hanoi, the reasoning models pulled ahead. They needed more tokens, but they figured things out more often. Then, the walls came crashing down. When puzzles got truly hard, Hanoi with 10 plus disks, checkers with deep jumps, all models failed. Completely. Doesn't matter if they were reasoning or not. The answers stopped coming. The logic broke down. AI didn't slow down, it quit. One model, DeepSeek R1, gave up before even trying the full solution. Claude 3.7 thinking tried. And collapsed at step 100 of a 1023 move sequence. Think about that. It's like asking a student to do a 1000 question math test, and they give up at question 10, even with the answer key. Because that's the real kicker, Apple tried giving the AI the full solution algorithm. Didn't help. It still broke. This wasn't about memory. It was about symbolic reasoning, holding structure over long sequences. And every AI failed. Section 3, the strange behavior nobody expected. Now here's where things get weird. As the puzzles got harder, you'd expect the AI to think more, right? Use more tokens. Try harder. Nope. They actually started thinking less. Apple found that models like DeepSeek R1 used up to 15,000 reasoning tokens on medium puzzles. But on harder puzzles? They dropped to just 3,000 tokens. Why? They still had space left. They could have tried harder. But they didn't. That's the counterintuitive scaling limit. The AI hits a complexity threshold, and just backs off. Like it knows it can't solve it. Creepy, right? Even worse, Claude 3.7 thinking could execute 100+ steps before failing in Hanoi, but only lasted 5 moves in river crossing. That puzzle had a total of 11 moves. Why the difference? Because there are thousands of Hanoi examples online. But river crossing puzzles with more than 2 agents? Rare. The AI wasn't reasoning. It was pattern matching. And when it ran out of familiar examples, it cracked. Section 4, Experts weigh in. The moment this paper dropped, the AI world exploded. Gary Marcus called the results devastating. He reminded us that in 1957, yes, over 60 years ago, Herb Simon already solved the Tower of Hanoi. Perfectly. So why can't today's most advanced models? Others weren't so quick to panic. Kevin Bryan from the University of Toronto said this might be a design choice. These models are trained to avoid overthinking. To save time and money. Let them use more tokens, and they might perform better. Sean Godke echoed that. He said DeepSeek probably saw the puzzle was too long and decided not to try. Self-censorship, not incapability. Simon Willis offered a different angle. These models weren't built to solve logic puzzles. They're not step-by-step calculators. Judging them by puzzle performance may miss the point. Even Apple's own team admitted, these puzzles don't define reasoning. But they do make it visible. Every move is trackable. So when AI gets it wrong, we see how it broke. And in these tests, it broke badly. Section 5, Apple's awkward AI moment at WWDC. Now picture this. Monday. WWDC. Tim Cook takes the stage. You'd think, after exposing all of AI's flaws, Apple would hit us with something bold, right? Wrong. Instead, they showed off iOS animations. A new, liquid glass, look. Yes, translucent buttons. Wall Street yawned. Apple stock dropped 1.2%. Craig Federighi demoed flashy designs rendered at 120 frames per second. But where was Siri 2.0? The AI assistant that could summarize your emails and schedule appointments? Nowhere. Apple says it's not ready. To be fair, they did show some cool stuff. Real-time translation for phone calls, no cloud-needed image summaries via ChatGPT, AI-generated visuals built into photos. But the big AI moment? It never came. Why? Maybe because under the hood, their own research proved how shaky the foundations are. Section 6, the final test, real math, real failures. Apple wasn't done. They tested DeepSeek and Claude on math benchmarks. Math 500, standard, AIME 24 and 25, harder, newer sets. And again, the results revealed something chilling. On Math 500, both reasoning and non-reasoning versions did okay. But on AIME 25? Reasoning models finally pulled ahead. Humans actually scored higher on AIME 25 than AIME 24. But the models? They dropped. Why? Because AIME 24 questions had probably leaked into their training data. AIME 25 was clean. Once again, the illusion fell apart when faced with true novelty. This wasn't just about logic puzzles anymore. This was about whether AI can think in the face of something new. And right now? It can't. Section 7, a reality check plus free resource CTA. Look, most people still think AI is some distant future. But it's not. It's already here. And people just like you, are using it to build income streams, side hustles, and businesses. Without tech skills. Without quitting their jobs. If you want to see how, download our AI income blueprint. It's totally free, but not forever. Direct hit links in the description. Grab it now before it goes behind a paywall. Because while the tech may be flawed, the opportunity is very real. Final section, deep reflection plus engagement. So, is AI fake? Well, not in the Hollywood sense. But this research exposes a dangerous truth. Current AI doesn't reason. It simulates reasoning, mimics patterns. And when the patterns run out, it breaks. Some say better training and more tokens can fix it. Others say we've hit a wall, and need a whole new kind of intelligence. One that isn't just parroting, but truly understanding. What do you think? Is AI thinking? Or just pretending? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if this video blew your mind, hit like, subscribe, and share it with someone who still believes AI is infallible. Because the truth? We've only scratched the surface. Catch you in the next one.